Hello and welcome, everybody.
Greetings from the present
to the mid-season break that is coming up for the War of Inheritance. This is going to be an interesting session, and I have no idea where it's going to go. But it's going to start where we ended last session. Jacob, what was the most important thing that happened last session?
There was a being from beyond the stars that was trying to subvert water elementals and flood the world.
Can you give the proper tone when you say things like that?
A being from beyond the stars!
Now is your chance to correct this. What was the most important thing that happened last session?
York discovered how lobsters feel.
That is true. Some lobsters. The tasty ones. Zoe, what is the most important thing that happened last
Frey
session?
got a shiny sword.
She did get a very shiny sword. Ah, yes.
Try not to lose this one.
Sessions are measured in blink. How many Masterwork swords can you lose? That's my character goal. And Amy, what was the most important thing that happened last session?
Neve got to chat to a water elemental who kind of looked a bit like this, and who saved the party from really honestly nearly dying multiple times. Yeah, you guys were fine.
All right, little miss, I didn't take a hit. Some of us fell over during the course of this dungeon.
Yes. Yeah, falling over is inadvisable. So, we ended last session with you guys leaving the hot spring temple that is on the middle of the Ellesmere. And
we were on our way.
You were on your way out. And on your way out, the water elemental forms in front of you.
Oh.
Partly, this is something I forgot to do last session, so I'm doing it now. The water elemental forms in front of you. Behind the screen. Forms in front of you and speaks to you in the shapes on the wall and the mist hanging in the air, and you can understand it because it is speaking druidic to you. And what it says is, I am grateful for the service that you have rendered me. Go with blessings. Know the rivers feel against your skin. Please gain the ability to wild shape into things with a swim speed.
Fuck yeah! Neve is just going to be an otter for the rest of the campaign.
If you find my husband, I beg you return him to me.
Of course.
Please return if there's ever anything I can do for you, but not for that one. And it shows you a picture of York. And it says, I healed him in deference to the service that he has done me as one of your companions. But he is one of the destroyers, and he is no longer welcome here.
What are the destroyers?
The destroyers are those that came and took our land from us. They arose and they crushed us. The seven powers they broke. Some they shattered, some they buried. I would tell you more, but there are limits on the information I can impart as part of the binding.
What?
She struggles for a second. She is reaching the edge of the information she is able to give you. She tries for a few seconds and then... Go with blessings, my child. And the water slinks back down.
What? You don't know.
I don't know shit. I don't know
at all.
shit.
This is great.
I don't know shit.
Amazing.
Ain't got a clue.
Not a pencil.
I'm going to head down, looking warily and suspiciously at your...
Wild shape into things with a swim speed, chat. Swimming is way too OP.
Yeah. Not fly speed yet, though.
No, that's level 8.
Can't,
Reasonable.
Can't even be a sparrow yet. But I can be an otter.
Correct.
Not
But
a
can
duck,
you be an
though.
otter sparrow?
I guess I
Can't be
can't.
a... Oh no, you can't be a
Penguin.
I could be a penguin.
I feel like we're getting too deep into this.
This is something for the break.
You start leaving the temple.
Yes.
And The way out is much less eventful. It is still hot, it is still really steamy, but you do not take any more damage.
You just laughed at the same thing I did.
Shut up, chat. You don't know. Chat says, I have delivered all of the heavily biased information I am capable of delivering.
Now I must go.
Now I must go. Yes.
Oh.
The NPC falls over in a single sheet of cardboard. And the party leaves the water temple.
How are the dwarves doing?
The dwarves have been having their own exciting time.
They've all gained a level.
They've all gained several levels in dead of exhaustion. The dwarves have been defending the boat because as you descended to deal with the horrors inside the temple, they stayed behind on the good ship, the Fuck You Palamedes.
Oh no!
And defended it from the assaults of the fire and water elementals that remained up here. There weren't very many of them, they were mostly mephits. But still, if you are non-combatant NPCs, 5 mephits is a challenge for you to deal with. The mephits have stopped attacking the dwarves, but they look ragged. They look tired and worn down and very pleased to see you.
Long day for you too, huh?
Well, by Gawain, I didn't think you'd show up.
It was close there for quite a bit.
Yes. I'm going to hand out some of the healing gumph that I got from the chest.
You have 8 healing salves.
Yeah, if there's anybody who could really do with some of this, then I'm going to hand
Anyone
out.
got huge burns on their face, maybe?
Yeah.
These dwarves, I mean, they don't look injured, they look tired. They've avoided the worst of the injuries,
I
but they
take out
are...
my healing salves and I put them back.
Pull out the coffee-infused ointment instead.
Are we just about done here?
Yes.
Is that going to happen again?
No.
Sure about that?
Yes, very sure.
All right. Well, shall we...
This is done, we must go now.
I agree. There's still good sailing to do today.
Tyndall?
Will I guess they'll just push us in the right direction if we start going?
Well, the water elemental said that she could guide us in the direction of where Tyndall is.
She told you where Tyndall was. Well, relative to where you were now.
That way.
That way.
So,
Tally
Tyndall?
ho!
It's Tyndall then.
Pirate
Let's
act.
do it.
As Captain
Get that-
Lucille somersaults onto the
rope.
ship. You!
Grab that
Do
rope.
the rope thing.
Ship things.
Get the sheet on there.
Cool. The dwarves look at you. And I mean, you just clearly don't know what you're talking about. And they notice, because they've seen you before. Iris, is everybody coming onto the boat?
Yeah.
Sweet. You will get up onto the boat.
Mhm.
The dwarves wait for a second. When's it going to happen then?
I'm going to see if there's a water whip still around.
When's what going to happen?
The thing that moved the boat before.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can sense the water whip around.
The waters of the river Ellesmere are calm. They are bubbling a little bit this close to the volcanic island, but they are not surging and frothing, and you can't feel any elemental within them.
I think we might have to do this one ourselves.
Looks like we've been left to our own devices.
You're just going to go down into the hold and find another bottle of something. He doesn't really care at this point. He's in a lot of pain. And would like some alcohol edge to take that off.
Okay, you come down, and you can see there is a dwarf down in the hold who is drinking as well. In fact, they've opened a bottle of something strong and they've poured it over some of the burns they've got on their skin.
Yeah.
And they see you and they say, "What?
Yeah, if that works, can I grab that?
Yep, you need that more than I do."
Yep, thank you.
Well, I thought this was going to be cool. And
What was it my old trainer used to tell me? Partners dig scars and glory lives forever. Lives forever. Bullshit both times, but ow.
sure. What happened to you?
You ever fallen? You know when your mum tells you to not touch the boiling pan of water? Yeah, don't fall in it either.
All right. Don't tend to.
Yeah, I didn't have a lot of choice.
Where are we? Are we moving?
Yeah, we're heading out. We're
right.
heading east to.
Sail east. That's the way we're headed.
We need to
That's the way we're going.
find Lord Tyndall.
We need to find somewhere to rest up.
Can we not just anchor in the middle of the river, or is that just going to get us hit?
Unadvisable.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not a sailor.
Well, we're a bit worse for wear. How do you feel up to maybe pulling some oars?
I can pull.
All right.
How close is the nearest town? There's got to be other towns down this river.
Oh, sure.
You know them better than we do.
That's
so,
right.
Are we going to be able to make one by this evening?
By this evening. Well, there'll be somewhere we can stop.
Okay. Right. Give me an oar.
Is anybody else going to help row this boat?
Yes.
Because if not, it's going to go in circles.
So Neve will row, Jorg will row, Iris?
I got bookwork I need to do.
That's fine, Iris. I would row. I really I would. I'd love
got
to.
homework to do, you know.
I got this. You see this book? I'm going to go and sit and read in a cabin. You guys move me. And
Iris,
Freya, I'm
you
not
just
even going to
come
ask
and
you.
help me with this. Iris? Iris?
Right. So the dwarves, exhausted as they are, all settle down to start rowing the ship and pulling it out into the currents once again, where you can use some of the wind to help you move. The Ellesmere does run due east, so you've got all of the assistance of the river. You're not going against it, which would require more people to row than you currently have. So the dwarves are going to see what they do. They do great. The dwarves take you down river. Is anybody on watch? Where is everybody on the boat?
Heaving it an oar.
I'm below deck, I assume.
Heaving an oar below deck.
I assume the oars are below deck.
They are. Iris,
Booking.
that's fine. Sitting in your cabin and
Seeing if I
reading.
find anything out about getting
Captain
back my
Lucille is
dragons.
pretending
Somebody's shot.
And Freya, where are you?
Spying on Iris.
Make me a hide check. It's stealth.
17.
What is your passive perception, please?
14.
Great. Until you give yourself away, you are peeking around the door corner. Are you casting Identifying?
It is now
A ritual.
spell, so yes.
So
I
yes,
can do it as a ritual.
congratulations. Gain some lore about the world.
Oh no! Plot drop.
It might be useful. But
I shall read this out to the chat
in the break. So while that's happening, the dwarves and you guys, can you make me athletics checks, please, as you are rowing?
11.
11's okay.
5.
5 is not great. So in the end, they one of the dwarves who's a bit injured switches out with another dwarf, and one of them comes and gets you up and says,
I can do it.
"No, you're honest. You're just pulling us off to one side." The whole point about, and they explain how rowing is actually really about synchronicity. You all need to pull together, otherwise the boat doesn't go properly. And you realise that you're actually just not going to be very useful here.
I'm going to wild shape into an otter.
Neve dives out of one of the holes in the side of the boat, and her form shifts. Her staff becomes a tiny little wooden stick that eventually merges with her form, as do her clothes and belongings, and she shrinks and her hair grows and covers her body in a soft downy fur, and she enters the water as an otter with a splash.
Well, that's new.
Is it the best thing in the world?
It is the very best experience maybe that you've ever had. It's a sense of everything is play and everything is freedom. You hit the water and your eyes are clear inside. You can see all along the bottom of the Ellesmere. You can see for quite some distance. There are fish swimming by. The boat looms immense above you compared to your ottery form. And you get to see something that very few people see, which is the boat moving over you.
Amazing. I'm just going to have a good time with that for a bit.
Sweet. Okay, that seems
You're
reasonable. Why not?
in the hole is like...
Well, the druid just bailed, guys.
That's new, I guess.
Gotta test this stuff out, get good at it.
Chat says, shit, guys, Neve can turn into an octopus and, wait for it, use wands.
Oh my
Quick draw.
God.
Okay, that is a really excellent use. Thank you, chat. That's really cool.
Oh
Have that
no,
octopus
you've
wand.
made a monster for us, Chad.
Yeah, not this session, but I love the
The
idea
wantopus.
of a
The
wantopus.
wantopus.
It's like that's basically a beholder. Okay, so
Cast fly
it can
on
also
itself.
fly. Yeah. So you are making your way down when nobody's up on deck.
Except for the dwarves, actually.
There must be one of the dwarves is up on deck
Oh
shouting.
yeah, you're watching.
Shouting commands, and they say, "There's looks like pirates."
Is there a ship up ahead?
Yep, you can see there is a ship up ahead.
I'm gonna.
Oh, I'll go back. York's going to be like, somebody's going to need to take over this oar, or one of you's going to need to stop rowing.
We might have to just
Yeah,
hold for a
Yeah,
second.
that's the thing. I'm going to go on.
I'm gonna swim over as an otter and get a closer look.
Yup, okay, you swim over as an otter, and you can see that the ship is still enormous compared to an otter. It's a huge form that hulks in the water above you, but it is much smaller than your boat.
I'm going to go and find a stoneware bottle.
A stoneware bottle.
Yeah.
Okay, you'd have
Something that could contain acid.
Right, you head down into the hold, and down in the hold there is the commotion. You can see you're getting up, and Neve is nowhere to be seen, and they're talking about pirates.
Right, have trouble, Iris. God, stop. Laptop.
I'll grab the bottle that had the liquid.
Yeah,
Fine. Back in a second. Take an empty bottle and go back out.
cool. You grab an empty pirates. Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
You grab a half-empty bottle of rum, and you can drink it down it, whatever. Pour it away.
Pull the wrong way.
Okay.
And I'm going to...
One of the dwarves goes.
A small part of York dies and he doesn't know why.
You pour the rum away.
I'm going to try and cast acid bolt, and then I'm going to try and scoop up some of the acid that's hit on something.
Okay, what are you casting it at, please?
What is there around that I could...
I mean, there's the side of the boat. There's
It's made of wood.
yeah.
It's not all.
Are you looking for metal things? Or?
No, I don't want to do any damage to the boat, but I want some acid because I think I might need some acid.
Okay.
just to check.
Roll me a d6 to see
You
how
could
much.
just put your lips to the bottle and hope for the best.
Just to check, Josh. Is
maybe.
there a wantopus in the bottle?
Not yet.
Give me a minute.
Go for it.
I'll try and sort of from the end of a finger or the end of a hand.
Okay. All right. That's fun. Roll me a sleight of hand check. Exactly what that is.
That's reasonable. 17.
17 is really good. So on 17, you don't take any damage, as
Really?
there is a frothing and spraying of acid. It's like trying to direct a hose into a test tube. There should be some overspray, but you've done it really well. You've managed to narrow the globs of acid that are dripping into the stoneware bottle. You can hear the sounds of shouting in Broughter up ahead of you.
What's up top?
But you have a little vial of acid, Grants. Hang on, we'll get there in a
So
second.
have you been following Iris all this time?
No, I went up to the top.
You went up to the top. Okay, so up top, Freya, you got there first, because you immediately left, and Yorg, you joined not long after. Freya, you can see, make me a perception check. You can see there is a ship coming towards you.
21.
21. 21's amazing. You can see the ship coming towards you has some Broughter soldiers standing on the deck. They have crossbows.
Mm-hmm.
They are flying a pirate flag. It's a we are aligned with no nation flag.
Yeah.
And you can see that the armor they are wearing has the symbol of Merrick emblazoned on it.
Ooh.
What's going
Merrick,
on?
for the
I
sake
don't
of
have
chat,
time for this.
is the district that Freya comes from.
Princess.
Thank you.
Princess Freya.
Freya comes from, and Yorg, indeed. Yorg, you get up there, make me a perception check. Princess Lady Freya. Lady Freya.
No.
No?
Can't see shit.
You can see there's some soldiers up ahead and they look armed.
What's going on?
They're
Pirates?
from Merrick.
With that flag? Alright.
What do you think we should do?
Well, it's not as if they're coming towards us.
They are coming towards you.
Well, I'm just going to say we're a bigger boat. We can't avoid them. Let's see what this is about. And I don't know. Get ready to rub some clout on it if you feel like it, or we could just.
Yeah, okay,
Or
I'll get
if
into my noble stuff.
Yeah, no.
Call me if it would be a good idea for me to come out, otherwise I'll stay inside.
I'd suggest just. You'll be better off if we need you in the gear you're in.
I hate to remind you of this, but you do not have any noble stuff on you.
Oh.
It all got lost.
I have my noble
There
stuff.
is, however, an orc somewhere with a very pretty dress.
Yeah. There's a shout in Browser, which you actually understand. In fact, the accent is from Merrick. They have your accent. There's a shout, and it says, by Ritzel, weigh anchor and prepare to be boarded.
Do I
Hi,
recognise the
Ritzel.
voice?
Sorry, do you recognise the voice? You know.
Alright. Did I know any piratey people in my time being an Edgewell in Merrick?
You are pretty certain that there's not many Broughter up north.
Yeah.
Certainly not many Merrick Broughter up north.
Yeah.
And these guys are in soldiers' uniforms.
Deserters, maybe.
Well, what do we do? The dwarves are looking for
Stop.
Leadership.
Stop the boat.
all right. Weigh anchor.
By Ritz, I'll have a discussion amongst yourselves who's going to die first.
Right. That went well.
Oh, no subtlety then.
Please
Cool.
make me an intimidation check. We'll see how well it goes. Because it might go really well. Or they might just fire.
20.
20 is really good. Let's see how good it 20 is really good. Okay, so there's a brief
Ye are the
pause,
equivalent of come and have a go.
but you have stopped, and they start throwing grappling hooks.
I'm going to stand at the other side of the rail that they're looking at. And who did you desert from?
What's the number of your regiment, please? You can recognise now they're this close that these are some of the soldiers you have served with.
Jacken, you sack of shit!
Jorg? Jorg? What are you?
What the fuck are you doing?
What are you doing?
I thought the whole 52nd went fucking south.
All of them that they didn't leave to die.
Yeah, tell me about it.
There is a bit of movement, and Francesca, Frankie, to you, steps forward and says, "By craft."
I jumped the fucking onto the other boat.
Sweet.
And just
Leap down.
embrace.
No worries. Yeah, okay, you jump down. There's a bit of, are we going to fire? Is there going to be? But it doesn't look that way. And they know you, maybe not really well, but you served with these guys. You
I grew
literally,
up with a lot of them.
you died with them.
What a swing have you fucking been?
Skybridge Pass was hell.
No fucking kidding.
Yeah. And then you were dead, and so were half of us, and some lizard folk turned up, and they called a general retreat, but we got cut off. And they could have come back for us, and they didn't. And you know what? We ain't going back. Craft that.
Yeah, no shit. No shit.
Where have you? How have you? Who are these? Oh, well, we're not going to rob you.
I appreciate it. I'd hate to bisect any of you.
Yeah, Good luck, says Frankie.
All right. Yeah, that might be more of a fight with the two. I mean, Jack and sure, but
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well, Jackin's a swinger, and everyone knows it. And Jack says, "Hey!" and punches her. But it's the attitude has now shifted because it's more comradely, and they can't believe that you're alive. I mean, some of them saw you die.
Yeah.
Hey, and they call up in the hold. There might be 20 soldiers here.
Whoa. Neve climbs up off the side of the boat, no longer an otter. getting her stuff.
Whoa! We're all.
A bunch of crossbows are immediately pointed at
It's
me.
fine. She does that sometimes. It's fine.
Are we okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Who's this?
This is Neve.
Neve of the Wells.
She's Neve.
Of Hollyhock.
Oh, yeah, okay. Roll me a... roll me dice, I'll tell you what.
Cool.
Roll me a, you are
Well,
friends
it's
with
a straight 11 at this point.
11, okay. So what is your performance check, please?
My performance gives me a +1, so that's 12.
12, okay. One of them pushes forwards, says, Neve, I'm from Hollyhock. You taught me to read and write. I'm Jenon, hi.
Jenon!
And comes in, not sure whether a hug or a handshake's more appropriate.
Jenon, you're so grown up!
Well, yeah, that's what happens. You look just the same. Why are you here?
Oh, well, it's a long story.
One of the dwarves says, are we being boarded? Is there a fight happening?
No,
I
we're
don't
fine.
think so.
All right, we need to stick around or can we get moving?
Which way are you guys heading? Because we're trying to make dock before nightfall, and we've got somebody to catch up with.
Oh, we were...
I don't suppose you fished anybody out of the river, have you?
Not us, but there's been some boats going up and down. Were you on the river a day ago when the surge came?
We were in Old Town. That was a fucking mess.
Yeah, we stay out of there.
Why?
I point at the pirate flag.
And?
Yeah.
Old Town is not going to take truck with pirates, I'd imagine.
We're making...
So I think so. Just to check, this is not. This is a flag of "We are of no allegiance." Is it as bad as a pirate as we are attributing to a pirate flag?
It is a flag of anarchy.
Okay.
It is a flag that has been used a couple of times in the Broughter lands, when usually in terms of rebellion or revolt, when people have gone, we are not wearing the crest of whichever lord claims ownership of us anymore.
It is a Broughter symbol of rebellion.
Correct. It's a Broughter symbol of we are
But it's
our
a
own
Broughter
people.
symbol of rebellion.
That's correct.
Okay. I don't. Okay.
But
You've got
also, you
truck
have
with
to
Old
remember that Lord Bucks is Broughter.
Yeah.
Town. Yeah.
We're bending the knee for nobody anymore.
Maybe it's a broken crown.
That's quite nice.
I like that a lot. Actually, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we're trying to get downriver to try and find our companion got swept away in the flood.
Have you seen any Crassus nobles on your travels?
Big Korith ship down that way, beached.
Korith?
Yeah.
Korith is scientists.
A beached one though.
Well, it must have been picked up in the surge.
Yeah. Okay.
They had a whole bunch of strange stuff. We stayed away from them.
That seems reasonable. Which way are you headed?
Down, we thought, given the surge, we thought there might be some rich pickings around Old Town.
Much not the case. Old Town weathered it pretty well, and the second surge didn't happen. So
Second surge?
It didn't happen.
All right.
I don't look this beautiful for no reason. You know.
I didn't want to bring it up.
That's fine. I have. Yeah, there was some. There were going to be two more. Let's put it that way, and each was going to be bigger. And this just take that it's not been worse.
Are we... What's going on? Says one of the dwarfs.
Well, I think we're headed different ways.
Yeah, we are.
York.
Yeah, give me a second. I'll be back over in a second. I just need to chat with Frankie first, if that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
You got a moment?
Sure.
Cool.
Get some air.
I'm gonna placate the dwarves by going around and doing just a little bit of healing to get people's energy back up. It's a very mind
Cool,
thing.
that's fine. You just go and like bandage some wounds and make sure that the dressings are fresh and all that kind of stuff.
Probably recovered some spell slots from a short rest.
Yeah, I should have all my spell slots.
No, we'll have a long rest. There's going to be a long rest.
okay.
We'll do it in a second. But yeah, that's fine. You can go and the dwarves are just twitchy. They want to get moving because there's pirates
Yeah, I
on these
wanna-
rivers, you
I
know.
want to just make
I know we met them.
good
Apparently,
things,
we know
good
them.
things.
Iris
Yeah.
pops her head out. No one's fighting. She pops her back in.
Do I need to? No, I don't need to do anything.
No,
That's
don't
fine.
need to shit.
Freya, Lady Freya, in fact, of Merrick, how are you doing? This is a ship full of deserters from your armies.
Mm-hmm. Freya's very conflicted.
York is very conflicted. Don't get me fucking wrong.
But she'll give it a go. Lady Freya is going to step across onto.
Okay, so there's still a rope that you can slide down.
I'm gonna walk across it.
You're going to walk across the rope.
I can do that in real life. I can do it as Freya.
Yeah, but this is a slower ship than yours,
It's a
so
slack
it's
rope.
a slack rope going down. Sure, roll me an acrobatics check to traverse an inclined slack rope.
Natural one.
16.
Oh,
16's pretty good. Okay, so on a 16, the Lady Freya jumps onto the rope that is affixed by grappling hook to your ship, and both feet on it slides down, doing a frozone and landing with a cartwheel on the deck of the other ship.
York tenses up.
Fellow countrymen.
Oh my goodness, there are 20 of them.
They don't stand a chance.
And you have no resources. That's fine.
I am Lady Freya of Merrick.
York is in this. York is in
Hands
this
go to
position.
weapons.
York is in this position.
All hands immediately go
This is
to
going.
weapons. There's tension everywhere. Carry on.
And I intend to take control of Merrick, as its leadership has been understanded. I understand
You're-
and I agree with you.
York comes out of
Not
this.
so great.
Well, Merrick's part of everywhere, right? It's-
I do not blame you for deserting. We are all friends here. If you would join us, it would be greatly appreciated. If not, then let's have some ale.
That's really cool. Roll me a persuasion.
7.
Okay. That was really cool. I really like it. Have some inspiration. That's exactly the kind of cool thing that I'd like to reward. However, so on a 7, there is a moment of, and then what was the lovely name? Jackin.
Yeah.
Jackin steps forwards and says, "We serve no master," and spits on the deck. Not at you, but it's a clear intent of,
Alright.
and we will not share drinks with masters.
Fair enough. I'll go back to my boat.
But cool attempt.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, the atmosphere on the boat has become more tense.
Yeah.
So you're travelling with a noble, huh?
It's only consolation. She saved my life. I've saved hers a few times. She doesn't seem all that noble these days.
Uh-huh. What happened?
I want to fucking ask you, what the fuck did you give me?
You died.
What the fuck did you give me?
Did I give you?
The thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
Elaine's pendant.
yeah.
The stone
What the
chalice.
fuck was that?
It was something my grandmother had. I wanted to... I hoped it would offer protection. Look,
It
I'm a
did.
soldier. We're
It-
superstitious by nature. You know this.
Yeah, you know the whole dying thing? Yeah, I did.
Didn't take.
No, funny that. Put my shirt back.
And she sees that the symbol of Elaine is emblazoned.
Funny that.
She makes a sign of protective arm. Wow.
She's chatty, it turns out.
This is it goes over her
Yeah,
head.
yeah.
She doesn't have the context to understand that. This is a miracle. I saw your chest caved in.
Yeah. No, trust me, I felt it.
One of those great bastard orc mauls.
Yeah, trust me, I felt it. That bastard was... You know one of those horrible moments when you're good enough to know somebody is better than you?
No.
Fuck you, Frankie.
Well, what can I say?
Yeah, one of those moments. It took 3 hits to drop me. That's my claim to fame.
Hey, well done. I went down in 2.
Didn't
How
die
many
from
of us
it,
got?
It's true.
How many of the 52nd actually made it out?
There were about 25 of us. There's, I think, 23 now. And then
How many made it south?
the rest. We were left here. We're not going back.
No, I understand. You're not going full Ritz along there, are you? You're not. You're flying that flag, and we've both seen some horrible shit done under that flag.
We are not going south to the Broughter Lands,
No,
which
fine.
means that we have to find a place here for ourselves.
Yeah, and there are ways.
Lord Bucks made us an offer.
I bet he did. And I'm glad he didn't take it, because I've not met the man. Well, no, I have.
Are you
Well,
alright,
see-
York? What happened to the face?
You know, when you're younger and you get told not to poke boiling things
You
with
said
water?
that. What is it?
Yeah, I fell into there was a hot spring. And a
Oh,
very
the Isle
hot
of Mist.
spring. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah, you could cook in that. And I did.
noted.
I like to usually keep my near-death experiences like at least a month apart. I've lost it on this one. That was 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So don't go there.
Alright. Listen, York,
Yeah.
how much are you... You died up north.
Yeah.
And as far as we're concerned, when they abandoned us, they broke their oath. We aren't bound to serve Merrick no more.
I know.
Come with us. You got friends here. You got company here.
I know. I've got family here.
Yeah.
All right, Frankie. I owe her for this. I've got places to be and things to do. And
May the Stone Grail defend you then, York.
you don't do anything I do. All right.
Oh, no fear of that. I win my fights.
Yeah, we all look like winners here.
She laughs and says, hey, she reaches and she throws you a bottle of wine. It is from Merrick.
Yeah.
It is really nice. She says, when they ordered a full retreat, the officer's tent was
Empty.
empty.
Very quickly. Hey, it's like a third in that, like 2/3 of that bottle left over of rum.
Sweet.
If we're going to do an exchange, let's do an exchange. You look after yourself and everybody else, all right? And may our paths cross again.
There's a... You are soundly greeted and everybody comes and hugs you, says goodbye, shares a quick anecdote. You know all these people. And as they, as you ascend the boat
Yeah.
and get onto theirs and they begin... have you got anything with it? It's fine.
Watch out for orcs and diseased orcs from the north.
Aren't all orcs diseased? And everybody laughs.
Depends how many have been touched by Garlon or not.
Protective ones everywhere.
From Frankie, I would
From
imagine.
Frankie, for sure.
And
And maybe one or two of the others.
Frankie will know what I'm talking about, so watch yourselves, alright? There is some horrible shit. Okay.
As the boat starts moving away, they start singing a song. And it's a song that you know.
Oh,
and
right in the chest.
It's a marching song.
York will pick it up. York will
And
pick it up and
The voices carry the 52nd off down the river, singing a farewell as the sun dips low on the horizon. Well, we're going to have to find somewhere to pull up right sharp.
Is there anywhere nearby?
Not before darkness.
Then let's find somewhere decent to pull up on bank and lash us to some trees until morning.
All right.
Unless no, we're all fucked.
Yeah.
No, we're all fucked. If anybody tries to sell this thing overnight, we're all fucked.
All right. So the dwarves are going to try and find somewhere to moor up. Meanwhile, Neve, you were an otter on deck, and you knew was it Jenna?
Yeah.
And Jenna was interested to know, but only in as much as it would be to meet one of your old teachers.
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
go, oh, hey, how's it going? And then you're like, after about 5 minutes, what are you doing with your life? Clearly you're a soldier now. Cool. How's all that going around killing people working out for you? You know, there's limited conversation.
Not very well.
It turns out. I'm sorry that didn't work for her. It was such a cool thing. I thought, how nice
One
would that
day
be?
you'll have an
One
army.
day. You'll get there. Iris, what have you been doing?
I've been trying to figure out how to get Pog back.
Okay.
I know that I need some components of the binding that was first used.
That's correct.
And the only thing that occurred to me was he jumped on me and I sprayed acid everywhere. So I've now got some acid.
Yep.
And I'm trying to figure out how I can turn acid into a dragon.
Okay, how's that going?
Badly.
Okay, so in your acid-wrecked room, you've sprinkled a little, you've tried a circle, you were going to get some on your fingers and flick it around, you thought it was a really bad idea. You have been trying for about 20 minutes unsuccessfully to conjure up a dragon. Comes at the door.
What?
Can I come in?
Yes, but mind that pool there, and don't touch that. And just stay away from that side of the room.
There are several smoking holes in the floor.
What happened? Are you all right?
Yeah. Fine.
That doesn't sound very fine. Do you want to talk about it?
Do you know anything about familiars?
Familiars? Do I know anything about familiars?
Roll me an Arcana check.
7.
No, you haven't actually.
For what?
No.
I think I can get him back.
Pog. How?
That's what I don't know.
Right. So you think you can, but you don't know exactly how.
Yes, this book talks about how you summon it. It varies different things.
Okay.
But it's got to involve the material components of the binding that was first used.
Wait, the material components.
Yes.
So a physical thing.
Yes, that's why I've been experimenting with the acid.
I see. I look around at the destruction in the room.
I mean, this room was pretty wrecked before and it's not got better.
The binding that was first used. So I'd imagine for a familiar, that's the moment when it comes into your service? When
Maybe.
you make a connection with it?
I was asleep.
Chat's like, just get a new one. You can give it the same name.
She'll never know. Just get a new one. It's the same colour and everything.
You were asleep when it happened?
Oh, I woke up and Pog was there, and then he jumped on me and I spat acid everywhere.
Right. But the acid doesn't seem to be working.
Hasn't worked so far.
That's a puzzler. Was there anything else that you had in your bed or on your person at the time? Could it be anything to do with the pendant?
Maybe. I haven't experienced anything dragony with a pendant before. That was more, angels.
I see. So you think the pendant is separate?
Well, when I've touched stone, the menhir is made of this. It's always been angel things, and the angels are trapped somewhere, and I don't know. And I'm their child. But then the dragon, we met Colm, and then Pog appeared, and there was nothing to do with Blackstone stuff.
He comes at the door.
What do you think Colm did the binding?
Have you been listening at the door?
Yes.
Right, come on in. Let's see if we can work this out.
Fall asleep in acid, says Jack.
Did you dream about anything?
Have you tried going back into the position that you were and...
I'd get back into the bed.
Sure.
Now, where was Pog? Let's do some role play.
I went down towards the end.
Okay.
Freya is Pog.
Freya climbs onto the book.
Neve is Freya. Neve shoots Freya with an arrow.
Iris.
I'm
I
sorry, this
understand.
one.
But, well, 3 heads are better than 2.
Do it.
Does the book have anything to do with it?
Maybe, I don't know.
There's a tunk noise and the sound of a cork being spat down a corridor. Dog is in the doorway swinging from this incredibly expensive bottle of wine. What's the subject of conversation?
You can see this room is destroyed. It's like an acid bomb has gone off in here.
We're trying to work out how to bring Pog back. We need a material component.
Were you sleeping next to the box?
No.
Do you,
That was in your room.
do you hear Colm in your head at all?
Nope.
I mean, ever.
When we were there, he spoke inside your head.
Okay.
I think
Everyone
we
get
all
that?
No,
experienced that.
that's fine. That's fine.
Pog was in. I could speak to Pog in my head.
Did you give Pog anything?
Some salted fish.
That's as good a thing as any.
Well, I'll go and get some salted fish. Maybe that's my ritual component.
Maybe
Maybe
that-
What do you do?
Have you considered that you might just be under the bed, and if you lure him out with some salted fish, it'll all be better? Yorg off gives you the bottle.
Is there salted fish on the ship?
Sure.
There was before.
Yeah, you can get some salted fish, that's fine. Iris, you have some salted fish, what do you do with it?
Did I eat it?
Well, you fed it to him, right?
Well, he's not here.
We'll leave it out for him. Maybe he'll turn up. Leave it out for him. Sleep on it. Maybe he'll turn up. Look, it's better than destroying the rest of your room.
That
Pog.
is true.
I'm very sorry that I shot you.
Your tattoos, isn't that something to do with it? Isn't that something to do with how your magic works?
Maybe.
Is there one for Pog now? Is there a tattoo? I'm going to step out of the room for a second and maybe check to see if there's a tattoo for Pog or something. If you're up for that, I'm just going to step into the corridor for a second. Check.
Has a tattoo appeared for Pog?
Yes. Well, there was one when he jumped on me.
Okay. Can you
Is it like a button?
can you channel the energy through that tattoo to try and call him?
It might end up even messier.
Do it.
You are a terrible. Give me that bottle back. You are a terrible influence.
Yeah, you were suddenly handed. The bottle is gone, and the rogue is handing it to the sorcerer. So the rogue is giving alcohol
in the corridor.
to the sorcerer, saying, "Do dark magic, do it."
How did you do that? I was in the corridor.
You can do it.
Fuck it.
I don't know. It's sort of here on my shoulder, so
Sure.
a bit of fish.
Seriously.
Okay, you touch the salted fish to the rune on your shoulder, and there is a boom.
You are fucking shitting me.
Nope. That is exactly
For God's sake, is that actually it?
Does Iris suddenly have Pog on her shoulder?
And Pog is on your shoulder. There is a small black dragon on your shoulder
About 10
that is
minutes of fucking around,
just,
right?
just laying into this fish. Oh, so good.
Yeah, Iris is really pleased.
It worked. I can't believe that worked.
Does magic always work like
Thank
this?
God it's lame.
Well, I mean, to be honest, it's no weirder than some druid magic that I've seen.
So weirder than having 3 deities in your head at once.
Oh. You right, boss?
Yes.
Right. All your friends are here.
Is he alright?
Yeah, are you all right?
Me, I'm alright, yeah.
So you can get shot and you're fine.
Well, not when I go shot. I'm alright now.
Okay.
Got me a brand new body now.
I'm sorry I shot you. Would you like a knife?
What's it going to do with a knife? Hold it in its mouth? Very frail.
That is so good. I'm sorry I shot you. Here, have a knife. The dragon's like, alright. It says to you. It claws itself down off of Iris's shoulder, scoops up the knife, and then flaps back. Got a knife now.
I can see.
Turns it goes.
He seems to have forgiven you.
Yeah, we're square. Tell him to do it again.
He says not to do it again.
I'll try. I mean, I won't.
Chat says, okay, now see what happens if we touch other random stuff to Iris's tattoos. One of it's got to be wish, right?
Eventually.
Oh,
Okay,
oh,
that was fun.
I'm glad that Pog's back.
I owe you an apology, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, swearing and shouting at people doesn't get problems resolved. We might have our differences of opinion, but that wasn't helpful. And you're not a child. You're young, but you're not a child. Right, I'm going to turn in while this itching is laid off for the minute. I'll catch you all in the morning.
All right.
York stumbles off down the corridor.
York stumbles off down the corridor.
I'm doing it more selfish.
Your ship is now out of salted fish. You have other supplies, but you'll need to
You'll never be
acquire-
able to summon him
You'll
again.
need to acquire some more.
I knew someone who could turn into an otter.
Yes,
Get
otters
me
well
some.
known for their fish salteries.
Yes, you apply salt, it's not hard.
They're aquatic fish
Iris?
Yeah,
salteries.
here are some assaulted fish.
Iris, you know what? That is a marvellous idea. I'm going to go and do some night fishing.
Cool. That's really fun. Make me a survival check, please.
Okay.
You are dead.
Oh,
No, don't do that to people.
That is a nat one.
That is a nat one.
Swell.
She summoned it here. We're going to
Okay.
need some sage.
bad luck. It's really
Have you got any set up? I'm glad I got out of there
So,
before.
on a natural one, you are in the water. Your eyes are tuned to the narrowing light that is coming down. It is dark, but you can still see, and you feel completely at ease and at home here. You move with a fluid grace through the Ellesmere. You can feel the currents press against you, and innately your body knows how to travel the streams and courses. And you see a school of fish, and you sneak in the shadows, in the shallow parts, all the way along one side of the river, ready to swoop in. And as you start moving towards them, the fish disperse and scatter, and a large shape comes out of the darkness towards you.
Oh, shit.
And it is one of the crocodiles
Oh, God.
that
Is my
inhabit
otter
the
gonna
Ellesmere. Not only is your otter going to pop,
Quick, turn into a crocodile.
Sadly, it's
do
mating
that?
season.
Can I wild shape to wild shape?
yes.
Although I've got to take damage from
depends-
my
it
nat
depends
one.
on
Yes,
the
you
CR.
can. You get hit by the crocodile,
Yeah.
and it's going to hit you for take 6 points of damage. Your otter's still up.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Ow.
So your otter's
Jesus.
tail has been grazed by a crocodile, but you saw a pair of huge teeth, and all of your otter senses have gone fight or flight in a big way.
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
duk, 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 duk.
I'm going to scatter in a
Quick,
panic
moonbeam
up
it.
to the nearest bank.
Okay, you scrabble over and skitter up to the nearest bank, and you climb out of the water. The crocodile is giving chase.
Ah, shit.
they're not-
It's slower than you, but it is still giving chase, and it's got a scent for you now.
Okay.
And you are, your otter form is bleeding slightly.
Has Neve been sent
Well,
to
this was needless drama, right?
Okay, I'm gonna shake water. Wall of ice!
You are.
I pop out of otter shape, wall of ice.
Okay. There is a as the crocodile really injures its teeth on the wall of ice that you create.
Sensitivity
Yeah, it
to
gets a
cold.
horrible brain freeze.
As you're saying something for a crocodile, they don't have a lot.
And it spins away and disappears back down into the Ellesmere. You
monster.
and Neve, you are standing with all of your stuff on one of the banks on the side of the Ellesmere, and you fancy that you can hear noises coming from up the bank. The sounds of a camp of some kind. There's a little bit of singing.
How far away am I from our ship?
You went a fair way. There, you can see your ship.
Okay, that's good. I can still see it.
Mhm.
I am going to creep through the trees and see if I can spot this camp and see what's going on.
Sweet. Okay, you creep through the trees, and as you get closer, you see, as you approach the camp, you can see that there are a bunch of, a bunch of Browter. Not all of them, in fact, most of them are not soldiers. The Browter conversation is some of it's laughter, some of it is chatting, and you can take me a perception check to see if you can overhear this stuff.
That is, what is perception?
Looking for a 12.
That is exactly 12.
Sweet. On a 12, the tone is one of excitement and expectation. These people are from Corinth.
Ah, Corithians.
Corithians, which means that they have, again, not every Corithian, but it's a general trend. Corithians in my game are kind of Indian. They've kind of a golden brown skin. And they are excited and animatedly talking about the variously glory or fame or money or partners they're going to get when they go back to Corinth with all the stuff they found.
Wow.
And they're discussing how long it's going to be before their ship gets fixed.
I see.
And they say, hopefully not too long.
Alright, so this is probably the beached ship that the pirates told us about.
You hear a snap off to one side. Please make me a stealth check and see how well you did.
11?
11 is more than I got. You hear a snap to one side and you see just in front of you a pair of Corithian soldiers go walking past.
Then I'm going to creep back away from the camp.
Rats.
Sorry.
Yes, she's not
Away,
Freya.
away from the box text.
She's not Freya.
That's fine. You creep back away from the
Freya
camp.
would have been licking somebody by
Head
now.
And I'm going to.
Yeah. Why is there a? Oh God! What is she doing?
I'm going to check more carefully for crocodiles this time and go for some easy fish targets to bring some fish back to the boat.
Okay, survival check, please.
No. I'm not.
That is another natural one, ladies and gentlemen. She's going for the record. Stop it. Next, you're not allowed to look at
I'd
her.
say one of
next
the
time
odds,
she-
but they're 400 to 1.
You're not allowed to look at her next time she rolls
I
dice.
don't manage it.
No, well, you jump back
you're not
into the
allowed
water.
to.
And there is the crocodile.
There is the. You go. Okay, I'm going to be really careful. You look. Nothing there.
Aside from that
It's just a
log,
log.
aside from that log over there, it's fine.
Everything's fine.
And coming out of the darkness towards you, there is a crocodile. I need to look at how much health an otter has. Because you have been critically hit by a crocodile.
Oh no.
That's something you thought you'd be saying.
No, really not. You can take me. Okay, well, I'm just going to tell you, an otter's not going to have more than 14 hit points. It's just very
No, it's
unlikely.
not.
So, and if it does, I don't care. Your otter form is dispelled.
Yeah.
You are unable to wild shape anymore until you have short rest.
Okay.
And you have a angry crocodile with its teeth closing down around your arm.
Oh Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm gonna fill that crocodile's mouth with ice. Worked last time.
Okay, maybe an initiative check. Opposed initiative. Ooh.
9.
Roll well. That is not enough. Okay.
Random croc.
Would you like to take me 5 points of damage?
Ah, damn it.
And the crocodile is now wise to your silly ice magic.
No, in fact, ice resistant. They evolve quickly.
It moved its mouth
just
quickly, just as you go, and there's a whoom of ice that would have kept the crocodile's mouth open, but it
But at
moved
least
its
it
mouth
didn't
to
take
one
my
side.
arm off.
It didn't take your arm off. There is still a really angry crocodile coming towards you. You have no spell slots. You can't wild shape. This is not necessarily.
I have no spell slots.
No, you haven't had a rest yet.
She's had a short rest, and she
Yeah.
recovers spell slots on a short rest.
Once per day, which she did already midway through the dungeon.
Did we not recover everything when I leveled up?
No, you get all your hit
Not
points, you
health,
don't get all
but
your
not-
stuff.
Oh,
There is a
okay.
Corinthian camp back that way.
There is.
And
The
there were
crocodile
soldiers.
has another go
Wrestled
for
by a
you.
crocodile.
You are keeping the crocodile at bay. Your stick is kind of just about keeping its mouth off you, but it is angry and coming at you. It is much stronger than you are. It is an apex predator.
Cool.
Sorry?
With
So we're
tools.
human.
That's fine, yeah. So apex predator versus apex predator. This one has a swim speed.
Yeah, you need to be at least 4th level to get that.
I am gonna defend with my beat stick.
Use your staff to jam its mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can hit it with Shillelagh.
Great.
This is how a character dies. That will suck.
There we go. I definitely hit it.
You really do, yeah.
I don't know
Do you
what
have
I'm
a staff
adding to that, but I
I do.
definitely
That's
hit
called
it.
crocodile. Them being things that you can encounter on the other's men.
Cool.
I do 9 points of damage
Right,
with
okay.
my beat stick.
Okay, so your shillelagh, you raise up and go wham, and as you hit it, you just put a little bit of frost over the top of it, and that is a nasty headache. And this crocodile is going to see how much it wants to. It really doesn't want to keep fighting you. It turns and it descends once more into the other smith.
Cool.
I'm not going to make you roll again.
If only because
Well, no,
one of
I
the
can't.
odds.
Oh no, you can't.
I can't.
Oh, no,
I'm
yeah,
I'm
not
going
roll
to
again.
tramp back along the side of the river, wet and cold and annoyed, and climb back onto the boat and go, there's no fucking fish tonight.
Okay, going along the side of the river, tramping back, wet and cold and annoyed. Are you muttering under your breath? Are you? Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Neve simmers quietly.
Okay, you are simmering quietly, and there are suddenly, having had the same crocodile twice, there are suddenly a pair of blades by your side and a pair of Corinthian guards holding them, who say, "Who are you and what business have you near our camp?" And we're going to take a short rest there, guys.
A series of unfortunate events.
Hey, at least you didn't roll a 1 again.
That's true.
That was not what I expected was going to happen.
Did on her stealth checks.
There we go. You
Well,
see,
as soon as-
failure is interesting.
I hope the crocodile is a recurring villain. It's your nemesis now.
Nemesis crocodile.
Alright guys, we will be back in about 10 minutes time.
Oh.
Shush yourself.
So, for those of you who are interested, I'm waiting until David is not present, because I know David does not want to know these things. Chapter 7, because that's the order I read books. That's right, I start at 10, and then I go to 1, and then I go 4,
You're doing
and then
it
I
by
go
order
7.
of prettiest picture, right?
Clearly. I was actually looking for stuff on familiars, though,
Oh,
so this
so
kind of makes
yeah.
sense. A benevolent potentate. So, in your face chat, that dragon's benevolent. Will reward their children with familiars, creatures summoned up from their own raw essence to guide and advise their champions. Turns out I'm also a champion. These creatures will be unerringly loyal and can communicate in the mind of their master. They will also act as eyes and ears for the patron and can be dismissed or recalled to petition aid or advice from the potentate. Use this power sparingly, for the woes are many of the children who fall out of favour. The specifics of summoning a familiar vary by potentate. Consult your oracle, though usually involve the material components of the binding that was first used.
Hog-like saltfish.
Turns out.
I'm going to get my phone so that I can interact with chat.
Amy, do you want the stats for an offer?
Oh, Oh, yes, please. That would be amazing. I'll be back in a second.
Do you know what counts as mild concealment?
So behind a chair, I
Just
can
like
clearly see
much.
you, but you've got a little bit of stuff in the way.
Yeah.
You know, a curtain would probably be
Okay.
mild. No, there's probably more than mild concealment if you're actually behind a curtain. Probably another person might even count as mild concealment if you're just like behind Yorg peering out.
Yeah. Just
They know you're there.
Just a little
Theoretical,
crossbow.
normal for a normal person, they know you're there, but you've got a little bit of something you can work with.
Yeah.
So we had the mist in the steam rooms. On a boat, behind a ship's wheel would probably be fine. Yeah.
I'm
A
going to
bush.
start using my bonus actions more.
Yeah, that's how you row.
Just going to hide every round.
Huh. No, that looks like it's from a different edition. It's got a touch AC. That doesn't look right. Here we go. That's better. I am harder to hit than an otter. Good.
Nice. I don't know, I think an otter would have been pretty hard to hit.
In a previous edition, otters were AC 15.
Nice.
It's a baffling bit of information, but okay. Good. And otters have 3 hit points, D4 plus 1. So, okay, we will know for next time. Otters made of paper. Not literal paper, that would be like origami otters. Challenge rating 0. So you can send just a horde of otters at people. Oh, if they bite you, they do fun piercing damage.
Oh no.
Oh. That's nothing. When York's got armour on, it's like, York can actually take no damage from a horde of otters, even if they crit him. As long as he's got his armour on.
Do you remember what Josh said about my new sword? Is it +1 damage and +1 to hit?
Yes, and it is the stats of a greatsword, but which means it has the versatile quality. So if you use it in 2 hands, then you get a bigger damage die. I believe it goes from a D8 to a D10. But it has the quality that means that you can use it with rogues. Is it light or fast quality? Whatever the one that means you can use dex. I'm sure chat is shouting at me right now, going, "You idiot! It's this thing."
Yeah.
Let's find out what chat is doing. I have phone access now.
We have discovered
Yes.
that Yorg can successfully fend off a horde of infinite otters and take no damage, even if they crit.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, I'm sure he will be very pleased to know this.
I mean, maybe the best way that infinite otters could attack Yorg would be if they sort of just otters. I was going to say bear down on him, but they're otters.
Yeah,
Otter down
otter
on
down
him.
on him.
Because an infinite mass of otters will probably crush him.
Yes, surely at some point there would be, collective crushing damage.
Although I want horde of infinite otters as a spell.
I remember talking to Josh, I can't even remember what
Otter
we were...
stats.
Oh, amazing, thank you. Okay, yes, because I like otters.
Turns out they have 3 HP.
3 HP!
She no longer likes otters.
3?
Can you turn into literally anything
Up to a certain challenge.
No,
rating.
yeah, it's
Okay.
about. I think it's about sort of size of creature.
It's more about ferocity.
Ah. Oh, so like I could be a really, really big, like I don't know, sea whale
I think
thing, as long as
I
like
have to
I
check,
wasn't going to actually hurt anybody.
Yeah. I'd have to check in how druid's druid.
If you need to just crush someone
Yeah.
on
But
land, just
you
turn into a
might
whale.
need to have encountered it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, I think that might be a thing as well. So I could, in theory,
Now you've
depending on the
encountered crocodile.
challenge rating,
got it.
I could turn into a crocodile. I quite like that as a general house rule, even if it's not a rule in the book. I like you have to have seen and at least seen, ideally kind of encountered this creature.
Hmm.
What do you think of changelings? I don't know. Within the game,
Or in real life.
oh no, hang on. Your phone locked me out. It's alright, all I need to know is that otters have 3 hit points. That's the important
3 hit
thing.
points. Here is a very important fact about otters. Hold breath. The otter can hold its breath for 8 minutes.
Oh, now that really is useful. That's
And they also have advantage on acrobatics and dexterity saves while in water.
Ah, man, I might need to make myself a little otter card because, like, I like otters.
I can probably do that for you for when we come back after our break.
That
you can have a
would
little
be
otter stat
a
card. So that'll
lovely
save you writing
thing.
it down now.
You need to write down more.
You know what? Yes, we'll save otters till later. We'll just work on what makes sense.
But I will tell you that there is a challenge rating 0
Mm-hmm.
giant otter, which has 12 hit points. So maybe you were a giant otter just now.
Mm-hmm.
It also has significantly harder to hit, and it can hold its breath for a whole 10 minutes.
Wow. Yeah, I'm a dire otter.
And it can damage York with its bites. So a horde of infinite dire otters, and York is screwed.
Yeah.
Giant otters, not dire otters.
So are changelings a Dungeons and Dragons bad guy? Are they statted?
I think there's probably a playable race. I don't know.
Because
No-Fi
said changelings are fun as bad guys, but I don't understand within this world what a changeling actually means. Like I know I know a general.
I suspect it'd be you can have someone turn up as dearie, can you help an old lady? And it's somebody who you've met before, but you don't know somebody you've met before.
Greetings and salutations, meet humans.
We've
Can I say some
determined.
D6s?
No.
Just because I'll be rolling 4 whenever I sneak attack.
We have.
Alright, I'll get you something.
By looking at the stats of otters, we have determined that a horde of infinite otters cannot damage Yorg.
So they do what 1d4 minus 1.
They do 1 damage. They do.
This is your attack damage now.
No, it's not even a dice. It is
Chat
hit
has-
1 piercing damage.
Chat has found me a picture
So
of
even on a
otters
crit?
chasing crocodiles back into the river.
Oh.
Yeah, you
However,
go,
there is
otter.
a giant, and also otters have 3 HP, but there is a giant otter, which is also CR0, which has 12 HP, so that's probably what Amy was.
Mhm.
Sorry, what Neve was. Amy has never been an otter.
Yeah,
Much to Amy's annoyance.
giant otters can hunt crocodiles. Small crocodiles.
Well, packs of giant otters. Packs?
Pack.
A
A pack. I
a
think.
giggle of otters.
A wazzock of otters.
Right, we are back. And I'm going to go back to chat. And I'm on chat. Very sweet. So,
Chat. Hey.
alright, we are back, everybody. So, when we left, who's up on deck?
Me, I'm drinking with the dwarves.
Great, please make me a perception check. Well, the dwarves are sailing the boat, so you are.
Oh,
No,
the
no,
mod.
no,
I thought we
mod
were
up.
I thought we mod up.
You are on your way to. Oh, yeah, no, you moored up because
yeah,
you were
we
here.
moored
Yes,
up and
of course,
then
So
Neve.
you have found a place to moor up.
6.
6, sweet. You do not spot the Ferithian soldiers take Neve.
Yorga's gone to get some sleep.
You always get some sleep, that's fine. Iris?
Yeah, now that Pog's back, I will be. Do I really
Pop
need to,
walking around your room.
Do I really need to
Oh, it's got worse.
fish in the. Is that how I make you.
I don't know, read the book.
Okay. Consult your oracle, it says. What's an oracle?
Oh, it's not me.
Is it Colm?
No, he's a dragon, isn't he?
Potentate.
Well, one of them. As in, not by himself. He's one of the,
Dragons.
yeah.
How many dragons are there?
Oh, some. I could find out.
There's probably more important things I need to get you to find out first.
All right.
I love you, Paul.
You just let me know, yeah?
Never leave me again.
Start snapping at a fly that's buzzing around.
Chasing it. Like
So-
a cat chases a fly.
Exactly.
Am I-
like
Pop-
that.
am I
Pog is in
your-
fact just a cat.
Yeah.
Like it's
Am I
a cat in a dragon
your
outfit.
patron?
Ooh. No.
Is Cole my patron?
Yeah.
Right, so a potentate becomes a patron. Okay, so your Colm can see and hear what you see and hear.
Maybe. Guess so. Probably. Do you want me to find out?
No, it's good. How do you find out?
Go ask.
How long does that take?
I don't know. I haven't done it before.
I thought you did. You did poof off once and then poof back.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, then, yeah. It was quick.
Okay, good. Worth
Quick.
knowing. Not yet.
All right. What can I do?
Do you need to sleep?
No.
Then you can keep watch.
All right.
Do you know what that means?
No. I watch things.
Right, and if there's something that looks dangerous, or there's people we haven't met before, particularly if they've got weapons, or there's other boats coming,
Right.
then you come and wake me up.
All right. I can do that.
Okay.
Where do you want me to do that?
From around the boat, not so on deck,
Yeah.
looking out around, looking at the river, looking at the banks,
Sure.
for like the whole evening, night,
All night.
till the morning.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, good.
I can do that. And
I'll leave it short.
Pog goes up on deck and starts. He moves past some of the dwarves.
Past you.
I'm gonna
drinking.
try and feed Pog alcohol.
This
This
is a cunning plan that cannot fail.
Okay.
Freya is drunk.
How are you going to throw his dragon? How do you do this? A little
I'm just
black
gonna
dragon.
approach Pog, try and give him a cuddle, see if he wants some wine.
Okay, Pog does not want to be cuddled by you. He backs away.
Oh. Okay.
But you just drop a bottle of wine
Yeah.
down. Pog is intrigued by the bottle of wine. Take me an animal handling check.
Where's that?
Wisdom.
Oh yeah. 8.
On an 8.
Pog knocks over the bottle of wine.
Because he's a cat.
Pog, yeah, starts chewing at the cork in the bottle of wine. And then he stops for a moment, looks up, and then starts flapping and takes off to circle around the ship. You can keep eyes on Pog, but Pog has started flying around the ship.
I'll go back to playing some sort of game with the dwarf.
Sure, that's fine. These dwarves are very drunk. They're a bit worried. One of them has stayed sober, but everybody else is like, wow, let's drink, we've had a hard night. So,
They're
sleeping.
singing the song of Eleanor, Child of Elaine.
They are. They're singing. Yeah, okay. They're singing Eleanor, Child of Elaine. That's what they're singing. In dwarf. You don't speak dwarf. And asleep. Neve. Right. Okay. Here we go.
He has been arrested.
You don't. I don't split you from the party very often. So, you have a pair of blades at you. They are slightly curved. And state your name and business near the camp. They speak with a Carithian accent.
The river doesn't belong to you.
We are defending our camp while we repair our ship. How many of you are there?
My boat is a little bit further down the river. You can walk there with me if you want to come and have a look. We're a handful of dwarves, a few Brouter, a few Estalian. We mean you no ill will. We're just on our way along the river and we've stopped for the night. And I have had a really hard time of it, so just don't.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Intimidation, maybe?
Yeah, I think
Persuasion?
I'll take a persuasion from you.
But it's an
the
aggressive
same-
persuasion.
They are
that you-
both the same. 13.
13. Okay, on a 13, that's fine. You can give yourself guidance on this as well.
I will do that. Neve.
Yeah.
Be really persuasive and maybe also intimidating. Which is 15.
15 is a better number than 13, and much better. And so they pause and they go, "Oh, we will come and inspect your boat."
Fine.
And they do. The two of them go with you. They walk you back to your ship.
Are you from Corinth?
That's right.
What brings you so far north?
It's part of the new the thing that Fane's organised. Wildlands expeditions. It's all the rage. It's good work, good money.
Really?
Yeah.
To what end?
I don't know. Fame, fortune. Bunch of treasure seekers now, aren't there?
What are you seeking? Anything specific?
I'm seeking 3 squares and money, 3 squares, lodging, and a decent wage.
I mean, on the Corinth boats, is there a mission? Are you seeking a particular artifact, or is it just to see what there is to see?
One of the castles will be taking out a troop looking for something.
A castle.
That's right.
I've heard of a few castles.
Well, there's a lot of them.
Is there?
Yeah.
I see. Big family?
No, it's a noble name.
What do you mean?
Well, it's a name that the nobles get. When
I see.
you graduate, you get a name.
Like a title.
That's right. You've not been to Corinth.
No.
All right.
Barely been out of
Speaking
my own
Browser
village.
to you. Well, where do you live?
Hollyhock. I'm a native Estalian, in case you hadn't guessed.
Yeah, where's that? Nearby?
It's, no. A couple of days' journey from here.
And you are at the boat. On the deck,
Grumpy
Freya.
grand skill. Yes.
Freya, you can now see there are a pair of Corithian soldiers and Neve.
Are you okay, Neve?
I think so. You remember we heard tell on the river that there might have been a beached Corinth boat further up?
Oh, yeah.
I think we may have found some of the beached Corithians, if I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong.
And they would like to make sure that we are not going to come and loot their poor beached boat. They would like to come and see who's on the ship. Do we think we could allow them access? Maybe a tot of rum if we've any left?
Sure.
Seems only reasonable for such good scouts. Come on.
I heard rum. I came
Yeah,
as fast
okay,
as I
so
could.
they are very... not sure about this. But, alright.
Grumpy Gran.
But we should really go tell the captain. Rum?
Oh, please.
Rum?
Come on.
So the two of them follow you up to the ship.
Oh, yeah.
Hog scrabbles over you and shakes you awake.
Ah,
I've seen something.
what have you seen?
There's Neve. She's come back with a pair of humans.
Did they have weapons?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to creep out, ready to, throw some...
Throw some
Magic.
cantrips, serious cantrips.
Serious cantrips. All of the cantrips.
Neve comes up and there's a pair of moderately armoured Browter soldiers. They look Corithian.
Freya is enthusiastically sharing her drinks.
Sweet. This is great. You don't tell Captain Jericho. All right.
I don't even know the man.
That's great. Nor do we really. Kind of keeps himself to himself. I don't like him very much.
So as you can see, here is the crew. This is Freya. Sorry, Captain Lucille.
Yes.
This is Neve,
Mhm.
who you've met. And below decks, we have the young Iris and York, who I would recommend you don't wake up.
All right. Sure. You're hanging out with a bunch of dwarves.
Yes.
All right. Are we safe here?
Yes.
Sure.
Oh no, the hot spicy racism.
All right, cool. Yeah, they're happy to have a drink with you, especially you. You're a Browser, and Browser's great. They just, they don't speak Dwarf, and they don't encounter them very much, and they're a bit, okay, we're just, so what brings you all to the Wildlands?
I'm trying to find my boyfriend.
It's nice to have it summed up like that. I mean, it does make things a little weird, but sure.
You're looking for one?
A specific
Is he attractive?
Wow! That went two entirely different directions.
He's not bad.
I'll drink with him.
Sweet. Sit down. What's your name?
Lucille.
Lucille. I'm Tapet, Lucille. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, This is good stuff. So you're looking for your boyfriend?
Shit.
It's shit. Yeah. This is rubbish. This is terrible stuff. Iris, you can see that Freya is flirting with a Carithian soldier.
Good job, Pog. Keep doing that.
You alright? One of the Carithian soldiers sees Pog come flying round and freaks the craft out. He goes, Zauber's eyes, and reaches and fumbles for their sword.
Whoa. I'll push him over. I'm just stopping him from drawing his weapon.
That's fine. Okay, make me an athletics check.
Athletics?
Yep.
Negative. One.
That's a natural one.
Natural one.
It's a natural one.
Can nobody on that side of the table roll any more dice this session? Just your dice privileges are removed.
Falls into the river. Into a waiting crocodile.
Well, maybe. Okay, so on a natural one, you push the Brouter and correct his aim. This Brouter is not very well equipped. Doesn't have, you see the Brouter swing was a bit wild, and you shove to one side, and the sword goes whooshing, and Pog looks at you for a second, incredulous, and you hear a, "What have you got against?" And Pog has disappeared again. I did. Don't worry. You're safe.
Give it back.
What do you
I'm
do?
drawing my sword.
Okay, hold on. Which sword are you drawing, please?
My katana.
You're drawing your katana. Okay, draw your katana. And when you swing it with, are you attacking this guy?
I'm drunk. I'm attempting to just threaten him with it.
You're attempting to threaten him with it. Okay. Please make me a charisma saving throw.
9.
Great.
Your definition of great and mine vary.
Okay. There is... Freya, welcome to the plot. There is a voice in your head.
What?
Join in the club.
There is a voice in your head, and it says, "Yes, strike, and strike now. Let me guide your arm."
What is in this?
I think, Freya, you've had too much to
Prove
drink.
you are worthy of me, child. Strike, and strike now.
Freya, are you okay?
Okay.
No! Oh my, what?
Please make me an attack roll.
Please don't. Where's your natural
I don't
ones
know
now?
what I modified for
Okay.
being drunk, but I got an 18 without being drunk.
You got an 18 without being drunk.
On the dice.
11
11
on the dice.
Okay.
Okay, so you are not proficient in katanas.
Ah.
So you do not
Okay.
get the +2. That's fine. Doesn't matter. So you actually got 16, which is still sufficient to strike this Carithian. And the silvered katana. Wow, this happened. The silvered katana.
Can I step into
You
block
can
this?
come in afterwards. The silvered katana swings into the Carithian soldier, who cries out and steps backwards, and you hear the voice in your head says, "Sloppy, you should have finished the job. Your form is terrible. Let me correct it for you." And the sword starts moving your hand. You feel your back straightening, and the sword move. Would you like to go with this, or?
Freya's drunk.
Josh,
Yes.
is this ruckus working
Yeah.
out?
We'll get there in a second.
Okay.
You're going with
Yes.
this. All right. Okay.
I'm
So
gonna-
I
step
think Freya thinks this is a
between-
dream at this point.
I'm going to step between the injured scout and Freya and go, Freya, what on earth are you doing?
let none stand before you. Strike hard and strike true.
Oh, Eve. I am now going against it.
Okay. Charisma save.
Charisma. 12.
12. Okay. Can you please attack Neve with disadvantage?
8.
Okay, Neve, Freya swings jerkily, she's very drunk, in towards you with a silver katana. And you, are you trying to...
That's a block.
Yeah, okay, yeah, so you
Yeah.
parry to one side with your stave.
Yeah.
And...
What are you doing, Freya?
Your form is terrible!
Shut up! I do...
You do not know what
I
you are
don't
doing with me.
know.
I can train you. Let's use this one to practice. We can carve her into tiny pieces.
I'm...
Freya, you
Are you
need
going
to
to carve
put
her into
that
tiny
blade
pieces?
down.
Yeah, I'm going to drop the sword.
Charisma save.
No, I'm not going to drop the sword. No, okay, no, I will try to drop the sword. 8.
I'm going to say you don't drop the sword.
Can you please attack me with disadvantage?
17.
Neve, you have been struck.
Okay.
Can you please roll me a d8 for the damage,
I'm using both hands.
D10.
D10.
d10 for the damage, and 3d6 sneak attack?
246.
You're not 46 sneak attack. You
I'm
get
not-
1d6 for being level 1, and then 1d6 for being level 3.
Oh,
Am
I thought it was 1 per level.
No. You're at 2d6 sneak attack.
2d6.
2.
That's fine. Just
Well-
lose whatever.
6.
Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Neve, please take me 12 points of damage.
Yeah.
The katana sweeps up, and you step to one side. You narrowly avoid it cutting through you, but it does shave off some of your hair. Better, but still weak, says the sword in your head.
Right, I'm going to...
No one's making any really loud noises yet. The Carithian soldier, however, that you have cut into, starts screaming, wailing, and the other Carithian soldier goes, "What? Oh!" and draws a blade. You can now hear the screaming. Iris, you can hear the screaming. Everyone can hear the screaming. Pog does not come and warn you that this is happening, Iris, because Pog is once again dead.
I'm going to step in and attack Freya. I have to. I'm going to try and disarm her if I can.
Yeah, you can. You can take the opposed athletics check to attempt to disarm Freya.
Triple 5. 12.
You can,
No, 3.
3. No.
Can I not disarm her with my stick like I'm good at?
No, I understand what you're doing. This
Yeah.
is how that works. Freya, you go to knock the sword out of Freya, and Freya moves in a way that you haven't seen Freya move before. Freya, your movements are becoming more. Freya looks like someone with martial discipline now. She is standing in a different pose, and Freya, you are being moved. You are drunk, and the sword is moving. There are a pair of Carithian soldiers who charge in towards you, having seen one of your teammates attempt to attack you. They're going to attack you.
Don't drink and katana.
Don't drink in katana, friends. Would you like to be struck twice, Freya? These guys aren't very good. Would you like... Cool. Would you like to take 6 points of damage? And the voice says, "I thirst for vengeance. Cut them down."
Oh, this situation is so weird. What should I do?
This is how the whole
take a
party
Christmas
dies.
This is how Freya dies.
Hold on a minute. Okay, I'm good. Freya is going to attempt to just block from now on and try and just get her bearings. She's starting to sober up. She's trying not to attack, but she's going to defend herself.
Okay, charisma save, please.
Yeah, nat 20!
Oh, is that a natural 20?
Yeah!
On a natural 20, on a natural 20, you regain control over yourself, and you can now choose how you act. So you can block and parry and sidestep with this, and the sword is still giving commentary. It is, but only to you. You can hear it in your head, and it says, "Do not fight me in this. I can make you great. We can conquer the world together."
What the fuck is going on? You guys make any more? What the fuck is going on?
The Carithian there are 2 Carithian soldiers on deck.
Yeah.
They are attacking the Lady Freya.
Sorry about that. That was a misunderstanding.
They are attacking the Lady Freya. 2 foreign soldiers are attacking the Lady Freya, is
Yes,
exactly
they
what
are.
you see. Swords out.
She is also saying,
I'm sorry, they haven't stopped their attacking.
okay.
One of them is bleeding.
York, I think, doesn't really know
Freya,
what's going
please
on.
take me 10 points of damage.
Okay, right, that's a problem. York is going to...
As one of them swings in, and the blade does not move up to automatically parry this time. And you go, how am I gonna, what do I even... And suddenly you're using an unfamiliar weapon, and the grace and fluidity of movement that you had before are no longer there. And the sword very nearly takes your head off. You step back and you feel the blade. It leaves a tiny little trail, like a shaving cut along your neck, but that could have been a lot worse.
York is going to enter stage left and body check one of them. I don't particularly care which. I'm just going to take him to the ground.
Okay, athletics check. This is not the combat I thought we'd be having this session.
20,
So
not
many
natural.
natural
But
20, it's opposed. 14, 15, 16, 17 is not enough. Yeah, Jorg slams. Jorg
I'm
comes running
attempting to
up the
grapple.
stairs.
Is the mechanical effect I'm
Fine,
doing.
you grapple this guy, and both of you go down to the ground. That's fine.
Everybody calm the fuck down for a second. What the fuck is going on?
Persuasion check.
Alright. I'm quite good at persuasion.
16.
Okay, 16. There is a momentary cessation, a lull in the fight. And you hear, yes, you should not strike without thinking.
What the craft is going on?
You are barely fit to wield me, child. No shame. No shame.
What's the remaining up guy doing?
So York has crashed heavily in armor. No, you were
No, I was just
York has crashed heavily into one of the Carithian soldiers who has landed on their wound, and they are deeply unhappy. The other Carithian soldier has just seen themselves get attacked on all sides and turns to run.
Everybody calm down a second.
They have turned to run.
I'm going to a minor illusion of a like a gangplank where there isn't one.
Oh, that's mean.
They are running
Into the water.
They do not make a check. They turn. They see a
Oh,
gang.
so they're gonna fall off and like break their leg?
They
Stops
dive
them running away.
off the side of the boat. You see a gangplank suddenly appear. They turn. They put one foot on it, and they tumble. And there is a splash, and they land very badly. I'll see how bad they land. They land okay.
My the gods!
Can I sheathe the sword?
Your katana.
Yes.
Yes, you can sheathe your katana.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to rescue the person who's now in the water.
Okay, so you sheathe your katana, and the Lady Freya immediately dives off the ship. The guy underneath you says, "You don't need to kill us. You really don't need to kill us."
I'm not here to kill you. What is going on?
She is.
I am following on after Freya.
This is a big ship.
I'm ready to like shape water to like move her aside or restrain her if it looks like she.
Okay, so you've run to the side to try and deal
Yeah.
with that. Freya, please make me an acrobatics check to dive off a 3-story ship.
13.
13, you're going to take some damage.
5, ladies and gentlemen. That's still pretty good.
That's not bad at all.
Freya, whatever it is, you need to fight it.
Can you take me... Yeah.
Yeah, I got that.
You take me 6 points of damage as you land not very gracefully in the water. You got a big flapping katana that you're not used to having around with you on your belt.
I'm going to sort of leave myself up. Right. I'm going to let you go because I need to sort that out. I have no quarrel with you, all right? Just stay here for a second, and when Neve comes back,
can
we'll
you help
sort that
with his
wound out.
wound?
Yeah, no, not until I've got some more sleep. He's not dying, so that's fine.
He's not dying, but he is injured.
I'm going to chuck you one of the healing potions that I've got from my belt.
Freya, there is a guy who is in the water.
I'm just going to attempt to help him out of the water.
Okay, he's unconscious.
Oh shit. I'm going to drag him.
Okay, take me a strength check.
Oh no. 13.
13 is okay. 13 is sufficient to just about frog kick this guy out of the water and swim him to the shore. You are exhausted by this, and you are quite severely beaten up.
Yeah.
And you
Freya, are you yourself?
Yep. Sorry about that.
What the hell happened?
Is the guy okay? Is the other guy okay?
The sword is a person?
Is the other guy okay?
He's unconscious.
Oh,
There is a
God.
scream as the guy who you have dragged up is jolted back into consciousness, and you look and you see there is a crocodile
Oh shit.
whose jaws are
Attack the crocodile.
latched around his
Sword.
leg.
I can draw the sword. High risk maneuver. Here we go, crocodile. Nemesis of the episode.
Okay, so you draw your sword.
Get the crocodile off him and I can shape water him to safety.
Charisma save, please.
You also get
19.
19. Okay, so
can you
you.
get guidance on saves?
No, less is the spell for that.
But, I mean, I'm not really trying to resist the sword. If the sword is happy with me fighting a crocodile, let go fight a crocodile.
Okay, so you draw the sword, and the sword says, "Leave it to me."
Alright, let's go.
Swell. Okay, so you swing in towards the crocodile. Would you like to roll? And you have proficiency with this katana.
18.
18, yeah, 18 is
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
a go.
So roll with your sneak attack.
I'm not saying you have gained proficiency.
Yeah,
I'm
Oh,
saying
don't roll
currently
with
have.
sneak attack because the guy is not an ally. The guy is not an ally.
This poor crocodile. Just on some food.
17.
17 on a 17 damage.
Oh, with sneak attack. Sorry.
Oh, okay, that's still,
Or-
yeah, you can save that crocodile, that's fine. You just like, ah! Okay, so you have stabbed this crocodile, and the crocodile is not quite dead. It twists and flails and pulls away and disappears down into the water. Your ears are splitting. On the one hand, in your head, you hear, yes, drive it off. But maintain your defense, and you feel yourself being pulled into a defensive stance. The other half is the screaming from the guy who is looking incredulously down at the knee stump where one of his legs once was.
Yorg is going to go off the side of the boat.
Yorg, you dive off the side of the boat. Make me an Jesus Christ. Make me an athletics check, please.
11.
You did this, Iris.
11's okay. Can you take me 13 points of damage, please?
Ow.
Yeah. Oh no, so that's an absolute line. 9 points of damage. I just can't do maths in my head.
That's fine.
I was like, that seems a lot on 2d6. I added 6 and 3 and made 13. That's some good maths right there.
I'm going to run over
7?
to the. I'm going to run over to the guy and I'm going to spare the die.
Okay, you cast Spare the Dying on him, and he is no longer. He is.
Yep.
Back up. Can I read Spare the Dying, please? I need to know. This is severe trauma that he has had. The creature becomes stable.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It is the
Just
anti-dying stuff.
absurdly good. Okay, so given the massive trauma that this guy has received,
Yeah.
I'm going to rule Spare the Dying in this instance. You place your hand on him, and you can feel your energy pushing into this guy that you have come over to,
Yeah.
and it is stopping as you are pushing your energy in, the blood flow. But this guy is going to need some kind of actual medical attention or healing magic to stop him dying. He is not going to die while you're doing this.
I can't stop. I could stop him dying while I'm doing this, but I need your help down here.
Oh, by all the gods. And I'm going to say to the Carithian soldier who's up on the deck.
There are 5 dwarves with crossbows pointed
Yeah, no,
at
that's great. I chucked a potion his way that York has ignored, and I'm going to point to the potion. I'm going to say, drink that. It will help with your wound. And then I'm going to...
Okay, he's definitely not going to drink that.
I'm going to head down the gangplank.
Sure.
And run round to where this guy is and do cure wounds.
Please roll me a...
I can't have those spell slots.
You have to
I'll just have to use some of the stuff that I've got from the chests.
Yeah, the healing potions. We've got healing potions.
Roll me a D2. Flip me a coin.
Roll a D4 and halve it.
Yeah. It's an odd number.
It's 2.
I'm really sorry. Did you drop concentration on your illusory gangplank?
It's not concentration.
Yes, it is. Minor illusion is definitely a concentration spell.
No, it isn't.
What? Yeah, it must be.
Nope.
Okay, well, we'll have that later. Did you? Is your illusory gangplank still there? Because that is the gangplank that's there.
But we have a gangplank.
I know, that's why I rolled you 50-50 to see which gangplank you went down. Because there's an illusory gangplank that looks identical to the one that is there.
Yes, and of course I don't know which gangplank leads off to the right side of the boat.
Extreme... That's fine. All right. I am happy to rule that you do not run down the gangplank. That's fine. You make your way.
It is a minute.
That's fine.
Just for a minute, so
it's less than a minute. This is
it's
all
not
happening quickly. Okay, really? Wow, that's awesome. You run down the gangplank.
Yeah, I'm gonna use some of the stuff that I got from the Temple of Mist, and I'm gonna.
Okay, you pick up one of your healing salves. Please mark off one of your healing potions, and you tie it around his leg, and you spread a healing salve. Your clothes get really bloody. Your hands are covered in gunk and river mud. This guy has not had a good time, but he is no longer bleeding to death. The stump of his leg has sutured and fused.
Okay.
You can let go of spare the dying. He passes unconscious.
I was asleep for like an hour. I'm going to haul this guy up onto my back, and I'm going to walk him up the gangplank.
I think Freya's been possessed by something. We need to be really careful.
It's okay.
Oh yeah, well that's exactly what you would say, Freya.
That's true.
What happened?
I'm going to walk him up the gangplank.
He shot Pog.
And then this.
So why did you attack him?
I kind of failed. And also, the sword.
The Brauter who is there is white as a sheet. Looks utterly terrified.
Okay, ready? Okay. Look. So, this potion, alright, I'm going to...
It's a healing salve. It's a cream.
I'm going to take the salve, I'm going to rub it on my skin, be like, okay, this is good, and we'll deal with the wound in your side, alright? It's alright, it's okay, it's okay. I'm going to put this wound, I'm going to do this on the wound on your side, and rub it into the wound on his side.
He flinches away from you, but I mean, you can easily do this. That's fine.
I'm going to just... Guys, can you not... Just put the crossbows down for a sec, it's fine, it's fine. I'll...
The crossbows.
I'm going to sort his wound out as much as I can. Alright, so... Sword is what?
Is an angry man?
Chat says, new party record for 0 to diplomatic incident. And also, I think the best, we think Freya may have been possessed by a spirit that causes bad decisions and violence. To which my question is, for how long?
Freya, do you mind if I take the sword a second, please? Is that okay? Thank you.
Okay. So are you trying to hand over the sword?
Yeah.
Charisma check. Charisma save.
16.
16, yeah, you can hand the sword over.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello, old boy.
Not who I was trying to reach, but it's good to know you're still there for a given value of the word.
I wouldn't handle that if I was you.
No?
No, nasty thing.
I'm going to place the sword down on the deck.
Charisma save.
Oh, shit. 8.
8.
Yeah.
Yes, it's... Garland's voice cuts out.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And you hear... champion,
Yes.
draw me and I will defeat your foes.
Who are you?
I am the great sword Shunsui, blade of the west.
This would be more confusing for me if I hadn't had like 3 voices in my head in as many weeks.
Enough of your jibber jabber, draw me!
No.
Charisma save.
20.
Nah.
No.
Okay, then that's fine.
No.
Huh. Hand me back to the girl.
Are you going to try and cut up any of my friends again?
If I try, I will succeed. But I will harm no one without the intention of my wielder. I can raise you, teach you, train you. But you are unwilling and already claimed.
I am.
Hand me back to the girl.
By several people, it seems. Actually, I'm gonna put my hand on the top of the axe for a second. You two should chat for a second. Oh, I'm sorry, Josh. I didn't mean to break you.
That's okay.
Everything explodes.
Oh no, he's getting dice
Yeah,
out.
sorry.
Oh no. That's a lot of dice.
10, 19, 20. Can you take me 24 points of psychic damage, please?
Whoa!
Jorg is now bleeding from the eyes,
Oh my
nose,
God.
ears.
Screams!
I'm gonna drop the sword.
Freya, charisma save.
Oh,
That's your fucking sword.
Yeah, I'm going for it.
Oh.
It's my fucking sword.
oh, you cunt! Oh,
What just happened?
You hear in your head, do not do that.
what the fuck was that? Oh, you're talking to me again. Ow. Okay, you probably can't do that, can you? No, you can't. That's fine. I'm going to take my hand off the axe. Sorry, you were saying before you were cut off by the sword of infinite destiny over there. Ow!
Jorg is saying this stuff while there is a small amount of blood trickling from both of his eyes.
Dude, I'm on 3 health. There's a large amount of blood coming out of my face.
That's okay, but hit points are an abstraction. Like, this is a, yeah. But that was a psychic shriek as 2 gods touched each other. Don't do that.
I
My mortal mind!
might be able to find out some more about this
Okay.
sword.
It talked about the intention of the wielder, so maybe don't wish anybody any harm for the second, and you might be alright.
You are barely worthy to hold me, child. It will take training and discipline. Are you willing to put the time in?
Yeah.
Then swear to it,
I swear.
and I will make
Whoa,
you
whoa, don't swear things.
Done and done.
Yes, yes, I do swear.
Okay.
Young lady, words like that have weight that you may come to regret.
You feel an energy from the sword flows up and into you, and it is a feeling that you've never felt before. You've encountered all kinds of wibbly stuff, but you've never had any like mystical sense before. Like you didn't sense anything from the dragon or the elementals or any of the things that you've seen, and this must be what that is, that kind of sense of the numinous, the other, and you can now feel the presence within the blade. And I've worked with worse. I will forge you, child, into what you were always meant to be. I will make you a champion. And when they say it, They say champion with a capital C, and you can feel that that is a title that means something. That is knowledge that you have gained. And that is where we're going to leave this session, guys. Wow, okay.
Just a tip, don't touch both poles of the battery
Sweet.
at the same time.
All right, okay, chat. Thank you very much for sticking with us. Stay with us because we are going to continue on to Cellpen After Dark in just a moment. But if you have just joined us and enjoyed this, you can catch us every week at 8 o'clock on Thursdays at twitch.tv/CellpenGM. You can check us out on YouTube to see all of our previous episodes and follow the story so far, link down below. And please join us on our Discord channel, on our Facebook page, and on all of our other social media links down below. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, keep rolling them dice. Bye-bye! Okay, and we are